What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl, it's Leanne. I'm getting blissed out this morning with a super duper amazing student friend, sister, admiring, admiration, love, divine feminine goddess, Larissa Smith. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. I love being here with you.
Namaste. So, audience, we're on Shedding into Soul Culture podcast number 8. And on this journey so far, I've had some miraculous speakers that have been on here. And this is going to be an interesting part of Shedding into Soul Culture because I have a chance to share some work that I've been currently sharing in the community with my life lineage of wisdom and my dedication to enlightenment. And so I call it Shedding into Soul Culture. And it's 8 weeks of transformation with breath work, sound mantra therapy with chakra healing, chakra yoga, getting into the body with yoga, and 8 beautiful methodologies that were created by Master Osho from my sannyas lineage that I combined together to help a rapid transformation process of shedding into the soul culture, because through these methods and through these therapies, we can observe and learn about the inner witness and how that can help our journey with life, with our health, with our wellness, and with helping and healing other people. And so these are really great therapies that I've co-created along my journey with my master skills and the masters behind me, sharing those master methods. And Larissa, my dear friend, we were chatting about one day working together. And funny enough, we came across a moment where this work was needed. And I'm going to give the microphone over to Larissa, where, she came knocking on my door looking for some methodology. So why don't we say how that happened and share your place in coming into shedding soul culture?
And I literally came knocking on your door. So I had been through quite I would say, traumatic journey for about 18 months. And on top of that, I had also had my breast implants taken out. And it was really in that process, I knew that I needed a very strong goddess to just really hold space for me. So, my heart was now unarmored without these silicone implants. And I knew that a lot of, why I had put them in and all of that was going to need a space to really just be processed. And I knew that I needed a goddess, a woman, a strong feminine. And also, what was kind of really traumatic in my world for the last 18 months was that I had gone really deep into a Tantra journey and really found healing with, the 5 elements and a meditation practice, which was then kind of taken from me. And so my internal world was just really needing a chakra practice, a really deep lineage-based, powerful practice to replace what had been gone and what was kind of missing. So I had no idea that connecting with you was going to be such rapid transformation. And yeah, it's been very deep, very profound, super healing, and I think when we do work on the chakras and we bring in the mantras, the colors, the sound, it does create rapid transformation when it's based in power, when it's based in an authentic lineage. And, all of a sudden I really did shed. It's like my life completely transformed in 8 weeks. And I was able to kind of reground into my power and reconnect with, the cosmic energies of source energy, which is where I love to go in my meditations. I know when I go there, it's like, okay, this is it.
Mm.
So yeah, it's really shifted my world. And in all of that healing, I've really just come home to myself again, which is what I was missing for 18 months. I was so just like trying to grasp my grounding when, when I was so committed to a specific meditation practice, and then kind of told like I'm not allowed to do that. So I've I've come home to myself,
Mm.
and you've been an amazing, amazing teacher, an amazing woman and feminine. And I've learned so much.
Mm.
Even the other day when I was driving in the car, I had a moment where I remembered one of the deeper, harder experiences we went through where we kind of had a clash. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is the power of the feminine, right? Like where you can call someone out, dial it right in, and it feels kind of like, a lot. Like it brought up a lot for me. And then also holding me in love. And then through that power, I'm able to reflect and grow. And like, it's just a beautiful experience of feminine power. Yeah.
Well, I just feel the beautiful thing about all of us in creativity is that we are doing our best every day with this life work and enlightenment, and what the unknown is, the unknown that's working through us, for us. And the masters before me, I have so much gratitude to how many times I was able to reach through a hard time with life, and I found these methodologies, and I found systems and um tools of
Mhm.
transformation, and these technologies, Sadhguru, he used this word that really helped me, like, how do we talk about a chakra sound, or even a seed sound, or even a movement, or a color, or wheel in the body, and once we've experienced it for years, but how to help others that are just like on their pathway of expanding with it, is just to show up as yourself and share the methodologies, and then observe and hold space and ask questions, and really, discern from the gut, the second mind, where things may come up as a teacher and a student, and acknowledging, this pathway, Larissa, with you. I'm definitely a student to you too. So the beautiful thing about being a teacher is being a student. And
Mhm.
and then trying my best to be an authentic teacher where, what did life teach me about ownership? What do we own on this planet that we don't leave behind?
Mhm.
Right. And this is a huge part of the ego in the lesson on these lessons, is like the humility that comes with walking a godly path and the divine path and divine healer and being a channel of light. Is like, we got to really work through the positive and negative aspects of the chakras, and knowing, like, when we come up to this third eye and like we got all this seeing, like, we got to be
Mhm.
really careful of the ego, and it's a growing and learning experience. It's an opportunity for us to humble it in our business too,
Mhm.
right? And I think this is where we came in alignment, where it's like the masters before me taught me that. They taught me we own nothing, really. The experience that you're having is a divine experience inside yourself, between you and this greater force and source energy, Father Sky, Mother Earth. And
Right.
these are the tools and wisdom that I just want to keep passing on, because the abundance of that
Mhm.
alone and the dharma of that alone speaks for itself through the innocence of ourselves,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
So this is where we get to celebrate and participate and share modalities and honor, whatever we can with creativity, because nobody can create two things the same way.
Mhm. That's true.
And nobody can experience anything the same way, in a moment. It's all unique. So that's what I
Yeah.
try to do with these methods, is like, how do I offer yoga, and how do I offer seed sounds, or how do we work with mantras, and how do I show up vulnerably? Sometimes sitting in a room energetically, we're going to show up with some things that universe is giving us, the unknown is giving us, but it's all
Mhm.
working for us.
Right.
you know, the positive and the negative. I may store something positive one day and then like work through something that may not even be mine that I don't even think I'm carrying, but then it comes with me and then it acts as a catalyst for something for somebody else. And that's the mystery of life,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And so shedding the soul culture is, audience, it's basically 8 weeks where we discover the chakra system. And then the 8th week, we celebrate the ascension system and how it all merges and the merging of the rainbow bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And the tools, you know, intuitively, I'm an intuitive being that I was led intuitively by my masters, is after you come into this systems of working with healing is the intuition and how that works with the divine in us to weave creativity.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we've had a lot of fun these last 8 weeks. We've had a lot of
It
fun
has
learning
been
about each
fun.
other and being with dogs and cats and nature in different times of the day and enjoying, you know, an opportunity just to reflect here, because this is what it's about. These podcasts are just opportunities for people to look on maybe something significant that you learned in that timeline. You could talk about, you know, your favorite method that you got out of all of it and like where did that bring you back and how did that feel?
Oh, that was amazing. So that was the sacral, and it was through the breath, and then being able to, I was going up and down the chakras. So I was reciting the mantras for each chakra up and down. And then it took me just deep into my body and then into the cosmos, where I was able to connect with just my divine self and, you know, the powerful goddess that's really wanting to come through and manifest on this earth. And yeah, it connected me to masters and teachers, and it really gave me freedom. That's how it feels, right?
Mm,
Being able to go into my own body and then up into the cosmos.
mm,
So I think,
beautiful.
you know, a lot of the shedding needs to happen. We have to let go of the emotions, and, you know, because the emotions are what kind of can keep me stuck in the body, and then it keeps me stuck in the little mind. So being able to really just clear the body from, you know, the traumas and the emotions. And what I love about it is that it doesn't have to be deep talk therapy. It can just be breath work and mantras and yoga. And the
Mm,
yoga was, you know, this is actually, I haven't done too much yoga in the last while. I did start when I was pregnant with my baby many years ago. Um, but being able to drop into yoga postures and then noticing how quickly that shifts me out of my mind as well.
mm.
So yeah, I really feel like, you know, like I said, I'm very at home in myself.
And then the witnessing too. So let's talk a little bit about like when we were, there's actually the solar plex when we were doing the chakra breathing that you had that full connection. And the
Mhm.
sacral, we had the chance to breathe and hum. You know, once we became the humming,
Yeah.
you know, the experience of like humming and then like effortlessly witnessing, like how did that witness feel?
Mhm. It just feels, yeah, it's like it's able to detach. Yeah, I would say it's more, it's like practicing, you know, being able to attach from like almost my own mind,
Mm,
kind of how it felt.
mm,
Yeah, and I love that part. I love being able to sit in the silence. I could sit in silence for days.
without the mind. And that's the beauty of these witnessing is like these 8 weeks are methodologies that actually help to expand, to to take the best of like conscious wisdom that's out in the universe into that one method that really exists is the observation between the gap, you know, the gap in that state of the pure observing being and the beingness so that energy can flow through us, right? And so having these multi-dimensions, it also allows us to be multidimensional in the world because we're facing so much variety.
Mhm.
And we're in a different age, 2024, where we have so many interactions with machines and phones, and these methods are made for the modern mystic,
Mhm.
and then having that old yoga come back in to merge in with the modern aspects really brings back that higher self and that
Yeah.
ability for that God goddess within to wake up, to live that ancient self, even in the modern state.
Yeah. And, another thing that's really amazing is how things are just manifesting, like Kauai, for example.
Mm,
So, that's another thing. It's like being in that alignment allows for the true manifestations to align.
mm.
That's how it feels. So yeah, it's really aligned me into a beautiful space.
And where you didn't feel that way prior to coming in for that 18 weeks of like getting the breast implants taken out, and then the things that you're going through with that other lesson and the other path, and this
Yeah,
coming into your life to fill a gap.
it's totally shifted my world because I was like, man, there was a lot going on. I was really traumatized.
Mm,
Yeah. And, I wasn't in my power and I wasn't feeling like I didn't even, I don't know how to describe it. It was just, super trauma. And it really kept me in this little tiny, like, fear.
mm,
So, yeah, I just feel free in myself again. And I know that I have methods to use that I can create into what feels right and authentic for myself, which is also beautiful,
mm,
is that's again freedom.
and the full acceptance of the dualities of life,
Hmm.
right? And that's where the universe took care of it. And that's
Yeah.
the important thing that I want to highlight, is that like it's all working for us, not against us. Even the troubles that were there before, the
Mhm.
solution that came in helped to expand it. So
Yeah.
one parable I was reading that I thought would highlight this really well is like, you know, when you're out, uh, it was a tarot card of challenge. And when, somebody's given the opportunity just to have every perfect aspect of nature given to them, and then they would have no interruptions with nature.
Mhm.
Um, this farmer asked God for that, and God gave him that will, right? And in that ability, he grew lots of wheat. Everything came because he planned it out, and everything was according to what he thought was right. Then when he went to pick up the wheat, there was no wheat inside it. There's no
Mhm.
seeds. And God's answer is without a challenge, you wouldn't have the thunderstorms or the lightning, which would shake things up and help that growing
Right.
of the wheat. So sometimes we need to be shaken up, by
Yeah.
life. For people like me to show up in your life and you'd actually see it and appreciate it and hold it in and say,
Mhm.
I gotta be here right now. And this is the change I need to see. So that's the mystery school of life, and that's another thing that I've been walking on the path with for a very long time is we got to understand the storms and we got to walk through them because they're actually in alignment with the grace that's waiting at the end in the pot of gold.
Yeah.
So I'm very grateful to have spent this time with you. And any
Yeah.
takeaways that you would say for anybody that would come into this course that you would want for them or suggest to them and why they should do the course?
I would say do it. And Leanne is an absolutely amazing teacher. Um, yeah, if you're ready to have your life change and really embody your your power and your fullness and let go of emotional stuckness, join the course. And it's fun. And I cannot recommend Leanne enough. She is, yeah, you are just amazing.
Mm,
Beautiful, beautiful goddess who can hold so many different parts of a person, right? You can hold the soft and the gentle and the firm and the hard and the fierce and all of it, which is really important.
mm.
So yeah, if you are
Awesome.
ready to have your life changed,
Well,
do it.
I'm grateful to sticking with the program myself, and I see how many lives it's helping. And the
Yeah,
second program that's getting birthed because of it, like this is the ongoing teacher student thing I told you, is like,
yeah,
as much as I came into your life, now look at the unfolding of what you're going to teach in Kauai, right? Kauai.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's
And the
amazing.
teacher student behavior is that we're all here to learn, but we're here to empower each other.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I want to thank you for your time and for showing up for yourself. And I want to thank the audience that we could give them a little highlight of our growth together. And there's more to come with me and Larissa. We'll be doing some work together, I'm sure, after the following months
Yeah,
with healing, and more to come. But thank you for showing up today and sharing a little bit about your story. And look forward to interviewing you on more of your story in the coming podcast with Blissed Out Network.
yeah. Thank you so
Um,
much, Jen.
yeah, and I'm excited. We got new things coming, friends, and stay connected, stay blissful, be you, be passionate, be loving, and merge the rainbow spirit, be all the colors that you are.
Love it.
Namaste. Thank you for showing up, Larissa. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Bye.